welcome to the Northern Counties East League podcast. I'm Richard Watts. I'm now joined by League General Manager Matt Jones.
So hello and welcome to the official Northern Counties East League podcast. And the last weekend was much better than the previous week for fixtures. No postponements. The weather was a bit kinder, which to be fair for the end of November wasn't bad at all. No postponements at all at the past weekend. In the Premier Division, the top two both won again. They've both been really consistent so far this season. Both teams were away from home as well. Leaders Silsden won 3-2 at Thackley in an exciting game, while second place Golker United went to Rossington Main and came away with an impressive 3-0 win. For the leaders Silsden, that's 11 league wins in a row now, while Golker have the best attack and the best defence in the division, scoring an average of 2.5 goals a game while conceding just 1.1. Silsden sit top with 48 points from their 20 games, with Golker 2 points behind on 46 from 20. 7 points behind Golker in third place now are Beverley Town. Another team coming up on the rails after a slow start, on a great one at the moment. That's strict 6 straight wins and 9 games unbeaten in the league for Beverley as well. The Beavers beat Barton Town 2-0 at the weekend in front of a fantastic 441 spectators. The fixture gods were smiling on the Northern Counties East League last weekend a bit, as the Sheffield Derby took place on Saturday between Hallam and Handsworth on an afternoon when neither Sheffield United or Sheffield Wednesday were playing. The Blades played on Friday night versus Sunderland, and the Owls played on Sunday at Derby. Unsurprisingly, this led to the biggest crowd of the weekend at 730 at Hallam. Plenty of goals as visitors Handsworth came away with a 4-2 win. In Division 1, the bottom two both won. Yorkshire Amateur picked up their third win of the season, beating Louth Town 2-1. They must wish they could play Louth every week, as 2 of their 3 wins so far have come against the White Wolves. The Hammers there remain bottom of the table, as second bottom Appleby Frodingham also won. They beat Armthorpe Welfare 1-0 to also record their third win of the season. At the top end of the table, Horbury Town are 11 points clear after a 2-0 win at Nostell Miners Welfare on Friday night. Brigg Town moved up to third after an emphatic 4-1 win at Wombwell Town. Wombwell themselves dropped to fourth in the table after that result, while Wakefield Town's impressive run continued, although they left it very late against Clubthorne Colliery. Mohamed Gashi scoring in injury time to wrap up a 2-1 win, and that's 7 wins in a row now for Wakefield. On Friday night, the Battle of Barnsley went the way of Worsbridge Bridge Athletic, who thrashed Athersley Rec 6-2, in front of an excellent crowd again of 279. Worsbridge Bridge Athletic now up to ninth in the table, and just 4 points outside the playoffs after a run of 10 games without defeat. This weekend sees our remaining 4 sides take part in the third round of the FA Vars, so I wish good luck to Albion Sports, who travel to South Liverpool, Silsden, who go to West Didsbury and Chorlton, and at least one of our sides is guaranteed to get through, as Wombwell Town welcome Hallam to the recreation ground in what should be a cracking tie. In the league, we've got 7 games in the Premier Division at the weekend and 10 in Division 1. Whichever game you go to watch, please have a great time, and as always, we thank you for your tremendous support. And just one thing I'd like to say, if we can please, when you go into the games, we want you to enjoy yourselves. We want you to have a fantastic time, enjoy the football, but please just be really careful if you're shouting something from the crowd, from the stands. We've had another reported incident at the weekend where somebody shouted something that's classed as discriminatory, and this is costing our clubs a lot of money. This gets the clubs into trouble with the FA, and the clubs are having to pay out an awful lot of fines for somebody saying something that maybe meant to be funny or just a casual comment. So please enjoy the games, but just be careful what you say. Thank you very much.
Welcome to Seasons Past with Libby Edwards. In this episode, I'm looking back to the 2010-2011 season. The Premier Division contained 17 teams from the previous season plus promoted from Division 1. Brighouse Town and Tadcaster Albion plus Farsley, who were a reformed club, after Farsley Celtic folded. The league was won by Farsley, who won 27 and drew 4 of their 38 games, finishing with 85 points. Parkgate finished second. They won 23 and drew 9, finishing on 78 points. In third place were Bridlington Town, who finished on 71 points. Dinnington Town finished bottom. Second bottom were Hallam and third bottom Arnold Town. Newcomers to Division 1 were relegated Broadsworth Welfare and Shirebrook Town. Handsworth were promoted from the Sheffield League and Louth Town from the Central Midlands. The league was won by Staveley Miners Welfare. They finished on 84 points, with 26 wins and 6 draws. Runners-up were Barton Town. They won 23 and drew 8, finishing on 77 points. In third place were Yorkshire Amateur, who finished on 75 points. In the 20-team First Division, Broadsworth Welfare finished bottom. Leeds Carnegie folded at the end of the season. Farsley had the biggest home and away wins during the season. Both were against Arnold Town. 8-0 at home and 8-2 away. The League Cup was won by Farsley, who beat Winterton Rangers 1-0 in the final at Staveley. Beaten semi-finalists were Handsworth and Scarborough Athletic. The President's Cup was won by Tadcaster Albion, who defeated Farsley 5-1 in the final at Tadcaster. In the FA Cup, Lincoln Moorlands Railway made it to the third qualifying round, where they were beaten 4-1 at Mossley in a replay. The initial game finished 1-1. A 6-0 win at Glapperley was the highlight of their cup run. In the FA Vase, Tadcaster Albion and Staveley Miners Welfare made it to the fourth round. Tadcaster beat Prudder, Arscon, Tow-Law, Forest Town and Formby before losing to Billingham Synthonia. Staveley beat Atherton, Ramsbottom, Pickering Town and Leeds Carnegie before losing to Rye United.
Next up, NCEL Talk. I'll hand straight over to host Aaron Walton.
Right, we're back for another session of NCEL Talk, mulling over results and news from over the last couple of weeks. And tonight we've got Bob, we've got Si, and we've got Royalty. We've got Adam today and myself, Aaron. So hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
So alas, the weather was very unkind, wasn't it, a fortnight ago? There was only a few games on.
Yeah, we was one of them. What a job! What a job getting that game on.
Well, you know, well done to us.
When the referee came, the pitch was okay, but we had to mark the lines again. So our secretary, Darren and Connor, they was out marking the lines with the line marker. So that was all fun. No,
I bet it was. Well, I think, to be honest, it serves me right, as I was bragging about Barton's game being on in the midweek, wasn't I? They only wanted to be on in the midweek. Only to see our game called off, like many others, for a combination of frozen pitch and waterlogged parts. So I can safely say I'm not going to be bragging about Barton anymore. So as we go back, Saturday, 23rd of November, let's cast our minds back to only 3 ties in the Premier Division and only 1 surviving in Division 1. So I'll quickly look at Div 1 then. So I bet Maltby wish their trip to tabletop in Aubrey was a victim of the weather, because they lost 5-1, didn't they? So it was a drubbing for the boys there, and inflicted by the town. So well done, Aubrey. So let's have a look at the Prem. Well, the Prem saw Beverley carrying on their super form, putting 4 past the Brewers of Tadcaster. Macaulay Snellgrove getting a couple, with Cam Connolly and Captain Fantastic himself, James Piercy, chipping in. But Taddy did well to get 2, actually, because it's a difficult place to go at the moment, Beverley, from Elliot Andrews. So well done, Taddy. Bottisford, they lost 4-0 to Campion. And Bob, let's get to goal. Well, you're talking about them getting the lines marked up with a magic marker. So what happened, Bob?
Well, I wish we had balls, really. Well, again, for the 5th game running, this must be some sort of record. It was 0-0 at half time, 5th game running. And second half, the same old story. Alan scored a wonder goal, but a great shot outside from the penalty area. Give keeper no chance, made it 1-0. Second goal was a cross from the right. Guy headed it in, unopposed. And then the third goal, I can't really remember now. It's such long. Yeah, so anyhow, it was 3-0.
Yeah.
And a crowd of 118, which is well below our average.
Yeah.
Because I think the weather put a lot of people off. I was amazed it was on, but the VPG has got good drainage.
Yeah.
That's since it was last done about 15 years ago. But,
I do find it quite interesting in there, but on the last podcast we were saying after your last few games, keep it tight for 5 minutes after half time.
Tell me about
it was 6 minutes when they've scored. So maybe I shouldn't have said 5 minutes. Maybe I should have said a bit like that. They kept it tight for 5 minutes for you, but then they conceded on the 6th minute.
Oh,
you couldn't write it, could you?
That's a low blow now. I'm trying to forget about it if I can, but when we was there from volunteers, one of the volunteers, me, Darren, Connor, we're there from 10:30 till 6:30. It's a long day. Lose 3-0. It's not great. It's
soul destroying, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, soul destroying. Aaron, yeah, it is.
But the thing is, Bob, you take the good times are even better, aren't they? When you've endured the poorer times. So it'll come good, Bob. It'll come good.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the good times,
Well, it'll be after Christmas when you play us.
I won't put my pension on that, but there you go.
We never know. Anyway, that was that weekend where it was bad weather. So midweek, it's been a plethora of cups, hasn't it? Midweek, county cups and NCEL League Cups. So we'll quickly brush through those. With Sheffield and Hallam Senior 3rd round, Hallam 5, Silkston 2. Nostell lost to Stocksbridge 2-1. West Riding 2nd round, Campion beat Yorkshire Amateurs 4-1. Golka beat Selby 5-2. And then the NCEL League Cup 3rd round, a game I was at, Beverley 0, Pickering 0. Beverley won on penalties. I was at the game, as I just said, and I was being impressed with Beverley most of the season. I must admit, they had a slow start, but they've been pretty good ever since. I'm an admirer of Pickering, and they did take the game to Beverley, and they look good. They've got a couple of good lads at Pickering, that Kubali and is it Kachosa? They look lively for the Pikes. They look really good, but they were a little bit unlucky to lose on penalties. But there you go, Beverley through again. Horbury put up a strong showing against tabletop in Prem Club, didn't they? Silsden, they lost 2-1. Cale Price with a couple, and James Cusworth, who you know, Bob, getting one back for Horbury. Oh, is it not you? It's not you. Don't know, Bob. It's not you. It's Ty. It's Ty. Oh dear me! You can tell I've had a long paper round this week. So the Prem. We saw Thackley, didn't we, bounce back into top form, beating Bradford rivals Albury in 3-1. So that was a good win for Thackley. Looked a bad-tempered affair with 5 yellows and 2 reds. Typical Derby, wouldn't you say? So in Div 1, Briggs cemented the decent form, defeating Swallownest at Swalzero 3-1. That was a good win for Brigg. And Wednesday saw Moss, Sheffield and Hallamshire Senior Cup, Dernan District 1, Sheffield FC 4, Handsworth 1, Worksop 4, Maltby 3, Wombwell 2, and Shelley 1, Barnsley Under-21s 5. NCL League Cup, 3rd round, Penistone, with an early Sam Scrimmons goal, beating Bottisford Town 1-0. And then we move on. I wrote my notes, Bob, and I went straight on to Saturday, and I've crossed it out and put Friday. Friday nights, footy night, 2 games in Div 1. Nostell putting a good fight against informed Horbury. Horbury getting 2 quick goals before half-time. James Cudworth on the score sheet again, who Bob doesn't know, and it's Ty who knows. Get it right.
Yeah, he was prolific for them last season. Moved away over the summer, has come back, and he's just hit the ground running again, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think players have their favourite grounds, don't they? Or the clubs they're comfortable in, don't they? So and James's must be that one. Now, what about this, gents? Not only did Wasborough Bridge beat Athersley Rec 6-2 in the downtown derby, as I would say. What a crowd! 279. That's a good crowd, isn't it? Really for the guys.
Really good.
Have you been to Wasborough Bridge, Adam? I'm sure you have in your travels.
Yeah, I have. It's I quite like it there. It's a bit different. You like on top of the pitch quite a bit.
Yeah.
We kind of watch from that corner where the clubhouse is, where you kind of elevate quite high above the pitch.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's good because they look to be doing quite well as well this season. I think they're not too far outside the playoffs at the minute. So yeah, it's good to see them doing well.
It is, isn't it? I mean, they're doing a lot. They're doing a lot right down at the Totally Training Stadium, aren't they? Lee Morris has got a team ticking on the field, and Mark Booth, the chairman, seems to have it rocking off the field. Well done to everybody at Wasborough Bridge. So I'm rushing through it because we've got a lot to do, haven't we? So in the Prem, there was some phenomenal crowds on Saturday, wasn't there? The Humber Derby. So informed Beverley Town beat Barton Town 2-0. Beverley were well drilled and nullified Barton. Cam Connolly's early goal and Glenn Sarni's 66th minute saw the Beavers home in front of 441. So it's a good crowd. I think they were well drilled. They had Barton. The Barton couldn't sort of break the defence down. They looked really good. Did Beverley a good job? But the thing with Barton and Beverley is every players and management, they all know each other. They all know each other's games. So that's the problem. But anyway, Beverley won, so well done, Beverley. Campion, back 2-1 winners against a plucky Frickley, 101 there. So that's not a bad crowd for Campion because they do struggle for people to come down. What about Sandygate then, boys? Rocking with 730 there for the Steel City Derby.
Thing with that is well, that's not really a one-off at the minute. They're getting that quite regular at the minute, Alan.
They are, aren't they? I'd like to see the stats. It's like you say, Adam, it's regular, isn't it? 700s. They must be rubbing their hands. They do look after you, though. I mean, I must admit, as a volunteer, I mean, when I go and do the commentary, I went there on Tuesday night. They really do look after you. So
yeah, I went last year to watch them against Rosso, and did really good club. I mean, I do my rate the ground thing. They came second overall last year behind a small club called AC Milan. So.
Oh, that's good.
Right.
They're doing something right at Hallam. So,
definitely.
But unfortunately, getting that big crowd in, they lost 4-2, didn't they, to Handsworth? And Handsworth are that Jekyll and Hyde team, aren't they? Like, so quite a few of them who can produce a result like that and then go and lose the week after. But a good win for Handsworth. Parkgate, they beat Winterton with a late goal, didn't they? Jacob Pearson making it 3-2. So unlucky Winterton there. Penistone drew 2-2 with the improving Knaresborough. They seem to be turning a little bit of a corner, did Knaresborough. Bob, obviously you didn't enjoy your trip over to the East Yorkshire Wolds, Bob.
No, well, I always enjoy it before we have a pint before the match. It's only when we kick off that it goes down. It goes down.
Yeah.
Anyhow. It was, as I previously said, it was 0-0 our last 5 games. Shock, horror. We scored in the first minute to go 1-0. Yeah.
You choked on your pie.
Yeah. Anyhow, so I'm posting this because on the away games, I always post the scores on our fans forum. So I'm starting to post it, say we've gone ahead. And time I look up, Pickering had gone down and equalised in the 4th minute. And then they get another goal in the 7th minute. And then one in the 9th minute. So within 9 minutes, we've gone from 1 up to 3-1 down.
Wow.
Couldn't believe it. You couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And then they got a 4th in about the 35th minute. So it was always tough then, I have to say. I mean, on Saturday, the crowd was 168.
Yeah,
That was the second best crowd of the season for Pickering, looking at their stats. We
yeah,
must have brought 40 plus, and
yeah,
the supporters deserve better.
yeah,
Well, the volunteers, the champ, we always deserve better. I think the players need to look at themselves and take responsibility for this. You know, I mean,
yeah.
it's on the pitch. But with 16 games to go now, 10 at home,
Yeah.
everyone's a cup final.
Everyone's cup
You
final.
talk about the great escape. This will be the
Yeah,
greatest of escapes now. If
it
we,
will, won't it? Yeah, definitely.
mm,
What did you think
mm.
to Pickering, Bob? I mean, I've been banging the drum about Pickering. I think they play some good football.
Yeah, well, they did on Saturday.
Yeah.
Most teams play good football when they play us, but
No, but they have
but
been playing good. They've been playing
yeah,
good football against a lot of clubs and not getting the
yeah,
results.
yeah. We played better in the second half, but I think they sat back a bit.
Possibly,
Um,
yeah.
but it's still 4-1. It's still a loss. But yeah, it's a nice setup at Pickering. I like going there, Pickering. I say
It
they
is, isn't
look
it?
after
Good
you.
ground.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
good.
Good crowd, good stands, good clubhouse. Yeah, I like Pickering.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I didn't like the result.
No, I know what you mean. Going home all that way and you've lost, but as I say,
On that day, just going out the Winterton, it was 2-2 at Parkgate. Parkgate got the winner in the 90th minute,
yeah,
and Penistone got an equaliser against Knaresborough in the 90th minute. Well, if that had gone the other way, it would have been even in a worse position in the
you would,
league.
yeah. So possibly the gods are looking down on goal.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but I'll just say it
Well,
never rains, but it pours. But
it
certainly
does.
do.
It certainly does. Right, so Rossington, we'll go off that, Bob, because see you getting depressed. So
Yeah, I am. Thank you.
Rossington had a job done on them, didn't they? High flying Golker 3-0 at Oxford Road. They must. I mean, we'll go on about Golker in a little bit, but that's a good win, isn't it, Adam, for Golker at Rossington? Because Rossington have been doing all right, haven't they?
Yeah, they've picked it up a bit lately, but like I say, Golker look a good team this year, and yeah, I mean, I was following along on the on X because I were at a different game, but yeah, looks like they've just come and done a job on Rosso, which
Yeah,
isn't easy at Oxford Street. So
it's not.
full
It's
credit
not.
to Golker.
Well done, Golker. So Tadcaster beat Eccleshill by the odd goal, and Thackley lost out to top club Silsden, who really put a marker down by beating the Denny boys 3-2. So that was a good win for Silsden, wasn't it? Let's
Good
have a
crowd as
look.
well, 329.
Yeah. I think we've just had the Stato man, Si's just said it's about 534 average gate for Hallam this season so far. So, I mean, most chairmen in the league will be rubbing their hands to get that many in, week out, won't they?
Certainly would.
They'll be stocking up on the beer, won't they, Bob? And beer and the pies.
Well, that's what it's all about. Finance, isn't it? At our
It
level,
is, yeah, making money at our level, keeping the club going,
keeping
and
the club
things,
afloat. Yeah.
keeping the club afloat. So, Division 1. Well, it's so interesting at the bottom as well at the top, isn't it? Because clubs are winning, aren't they? At the bottom, they haven't won for ages. Look at Appleby Frodingham, 1-0 at home, win over Armthorpe, good win. And I think, gentlemen, we all know very well on the podcast went to watch Yorkshire Amateurs, didn't you, Adam?
I did indeed.
And
Yeah, very. Yeah, it were an interesting one. If you tell me which team were at bottom, I'd have said Louth, to be honest with you.
yeah,
Yorkshire Amateur looked pretty good, and I thought Louth looked really poor, to be honest. Yeah, Louth took the lead against run of play, to be fair. Just a header from a corner. I think we had about 2 chances in first half and took one of them. And Yorkshire Amateur second half continued how we're playing first half. Really, really nice goal for equaliser outside the box. Killed it into the top corner. And then hit him on break 10 minutes to go and slotted it past the keeper. And like I say, they deserved that win. Just a shame for them that Appleby won as well because they'd leapfrogged them if it had bettered their result. But
yeah.
I know we've been on about attendances for some big ones. I'll have a quick look at the attendance grid before I went to this game. This were 2 teams with lowest average, Yorkshire and Louth. Obviously, Louth's in middle of nowhere, so that's understandable. We're only 34 at that game, and yeah, it's interesting because it's not exactly in a middle of nowhere area as well. It's surrounded by quite a lot of houses, and like I say, Leeds, it's obviously a one city team with Leeds United, and you've got like Garth and South Leeds, but not a lot of other non-league
Not,
clubs around there. So
not in Leeds, and I mean
no,
it's quite a good community club. I mean it's Hare Hills area, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
So
not. It's not even on the outskirts of Leeds because I've been from that area myself. I used to live not far from there. It's not like on the outskirts of Leeds, like you say, with Garth and stuff. It's pretty much within the boundaries. It's a stone's throw from the city
yeah,
centre. And it's a packed area. There's a lot of people around there, so it's really
yeah,
surprising that they don't get people in. I don't know what they can do to do that, but yeah,
yeah,
especially with them being in the position they are, they need to stay up to be able to bring those people in,
yeah.
I think.
And I
so
mean,
I was looking at they've not had over 100 all season. So
wow. But I mean, even when they were doing well a few seasons ago, they still weren't getting the support that they deserved because they were playing some smashing football, and they still didn't get the crowd. So I don't know what they could do, but just
seems a
keep
good
playing.
club as well. Like I
It is
say,
a nice club. I mean,
yeah,
you'll give you ground grading, Adam, won't you? And
yeah.
it's a lovely clubhouse, and I know the pitch is a bit ropey, but everything else around it's pretty good. I know some of it's getting a little bit faded and what have you, but I like going to Brackenedge. It's a nice ground. It's a friend. Like most clubs, it's really friendly. So, but anyway, that was the bottom. So if we go look at the others. Maltby lost 2-1 to Ilkley, and Selby coming unstuck against Harrogate Railway 3-0. Shelley and Glasshoughton, South Leeds and Dronfield drew 2-2 and 3-3 respectively. Wakefield side, where you've had a long wait. Tell us about the game.
Yeah, 7 wins on the bounce now in the league.
Yep.
So starting to turn the corner after that loss to South Leeds, which I think was about 2 months ago now. So yeah, we've started putting a run together. This was one of those games where you win ugly. We weren't on form at all. We weren't playing as well as we can. Club Thorn weren't probably fantastic, but defended well, well organised defence, sort of like packed two banks of four to defend, and they were difficult to break down. And as you can see from the goals on there, it was a late flurry. Chris Salt, first of all, heading in at the far post to put us ahead, and then the unfortunate head that put the ball into our own net. It was one of those. If he had a calamity bloopers video, it would be on there. Facing his own goal, hadn't seen that the keeper had come out, so he's tried to head the ball back to the keeper,
Yeah.
and the keeper's come out and not obviously communicated with him that he was on his way to like get the ball as well, and it's just looped over the keeper. And then it must have bounced like 4, 5, 6 times before going to the net. It was so slow but no one
Wow.
managed to get back and clear it.
Oh,
And we kind of thought that was going to be it. And
yeah.
I'd say it was probably in the 5th minute of the 5 minutes added on when Mogashi popped up and got the ball over the line and another kind of goal mouth scramble. But yeah, it was. If you're going to get momentum together, you need wins like that. Sometimes you can win stylish, 4-0, 3-0 sometimes, or you can get your 2 minutes into injury time, whatever, 2-1 win. You've got to win ugly sometimes, and we did that.
Well done, Wakey. So onwards and upwards. Brig. I wanted to chat a little bit about Brig. Really nailing their colours to the sail, aren't they? To the promotion mast, beating fellow promotion hopefuls 4-1. I can't remember who they beat now. Who did they beat?
Won well. Big
Well,
win,
of
that. Big
course.
win. Big win.
Massive win, yeah. Massive win. Well done to Brig, yeah. So they really are. I mean, they were they didn't do so well last season, did they, Brig? They dropped off a bit, but the season before, were they in the or was it the season before that? They were in the
Before
promotion.
that, I think.
Yeah, promotion, weren't they? Where they lost out to Harrogate Railway, didn't they? So so Brig doing well. So if we quick look at well, no, I'm not going to look at the tables because there was some more midweek games, weren't there? Did anybody get out to any? I know you were watching Doncaster, weren't you, Adam?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you watched them twice because I think he was at Kettering as well, weren't you?
Oh, yeah, it's been
Yeah.
a lot of travelling these last few days.
You've done some travelling. When you said you'd gone there, I thought, oh, I hope he ain't gone in his car. I hope he's gone on the club bus.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a long way to Kettering, isn't it? Right. Monday night, was it West Riding Cup? Albion 1, South Leeds 0. Tuesday, we had the League Cup, JCP League Cup, third round. Hallam 2, Barton 1. Sounds tight. Believe you and me, Hallam should have won about 8 or 9. They had chance after chance after chance. Two, one in the first half and one in the second half. How the players missed it, I don't know. Can you remember that Ronnie Rosenthal missed when he was playing for Liverpool against Aston Villa? They were
I do.
yeah, they were like that. I saw in the first half, I can't remember who missed, but I saw Craig Denton. He must have kicked the dugout and realised it was a brick wall that hurt his foot, but he was absolutely frustrated, but so pleased with how they were playing. Barton just looked like the defence just looked like strangers. Got it together in the second half a bit and made a bit of a fist of it, but Hallam played so well. I mean, can't take anything away from them. They really look good. Danny South won everything in the air, and we just couldn't get to grips with him. Tom Wardby scored a nice goal late on for Barton, but we're out the cup. So well done, Hallam. And it wasn't a particularly big crowd there either, but I think there was an international on at Sheffield. Sheffield United's ground, weren't they? The Lionesses were playing, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it took us a fantastic mystery tour around Sheffield to get to Hallam. We must have been to every little suburb going. But hey ho, that was Hallam and Barton. Well done, Hallam. They're into the next round of the JCP Cup. NCEL Division 1, Wilmwell back on track, hitting Selby for 6-2. Kane Reese getting a hat-trick there. And what a week for the boys from Brackenhedge. We've been puffing the feathers up of Yorkshire Amateur, but they beat Drumfield 2-0. So 2 wins in a week.
Mm-hmm.
3-0 as well in the league.
They're off the foot of the table. So well done to Yorkshire Amateur. That must be good. Well done. Hopefully they've turned a corner. So Wednesday, well, I've been champion in this club for a few weeks, and what a win for Wasborough. At home to Golka, 1-0. Harry Spooner goal.
Yeah, can I just say,
yes,
Harry Spooner, he played for us.
He
He
did.
didn't play Saturday. He was on the bench on Saturday, but then he signed for them yesterday. So he's on the same day he signed, he scored the winning goal.
Well, there you go.
I'm personally disappointed to see him go because I rate Harry, but
Yeah,
but Wordsworth got a good player there.
they have, haven't they? Yeah, I saw highlights of it. Our good friend Joe done his blog, hasn't he?
Yeah, I watched that this afternoon to see what Harry's goal was like. Yeah. They played well. They defended well, from what I saw.
Defended brilliantly, didn't they?
Yeah.
Two super tackles.
Their keeper had a good game. Seemed to have,
Yeah, did so. Well done to Wasborough. So they really are having a really good season, aren't they?
They're the only Division 1. They're the only Division 1 team that's left in it, I think.
Oh, I'd like to see them go all the way, to the finals. I really would.
Yeah.
It'd be good, wouldn't it? So in the Prem, Thackley, they shook Campion, didn't they? Another Bradfordian derby, 5-1 at the first class UK stadium at Campion. That's popping Thackley up to 4th place. So they really are having a good go at it this season, aren't they, Thackley? So they've been there or thereabouts. They tend to drop off a little bit after Christmas, but I think the management have got them sort of a little bit stronger now. So I think Thackley will be up there after Christmas still. So, gentlemen, our teams of the week. I'm going to go with you, Bob, first. Who's your team of the week, Bob?
Well, it's got to be for Yorkshire Amateur. And to win 2 games, two games like that, 3 on the trot now. I mean, 2 weeks ago they had 4 points, now got 13. It's
wow.
So that's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah. So your team is Yorkshire Amateur. Si?
I had two teams going into this. Bob's taken one, so I'll take the other. Worsborough Bridge.
Wow, you take my team.
Well, yeah, a good win in the
Yeah.
league, and then with the win in the cup as well. Then yeah, that's kind of edged it for me.
Brilliant. Yeah, well done, Wasborough. They've done really well. What about you, Adam? Who's your team
Yep.
of the week?
Well, we're going to be Yorkshire amateur, and
Yeah.
my backup team are Worsborough. So I'm not sure. Let's have a look.
Brig had a good win, didn't they? 4-1.
They
They
did.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'll put another vote for Yorkshire amateur. 3
That-
wins in a row. Off
Yeah,
the bottom
well
of the
done.
table.
I think they deserve a couple. And I'm gonna go local. I'm gonna go for Beverley Town. So they've got a good run going. They're getting the crowds in. They beat Barton as well, which hurts me, but well done, Beverley. And they're going the right way. I don't know if they've got the legs to go all the way. I hope they do. But they're certainly doing it the right way, and they're getting the crowds in. So that's so 2 for Yorkshire Amateur, 1 for Wasborough, and 1 for Beverley Town. So that's our teams of the week. So if we can have a quick look, if we've got time, if we can look at hopefully we're going to get some games at the weekend, but the the weather doesn't look brilliant, does it?
No, it doesn't. No, it's another storm, isn't it? Storm name coming.
Oh, do we know what the storm is? You usually absolutely spot
Yeah.
on these, Bob.
Dara, I think. Storm Dara.
Dara.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
D for Dara, yeah.
Yeah, it must be Irish then, is it?
Probably. It's probably done by the Irish weather people. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah. So Storm Dara. Well, let's hope we get some games on anyway. You said Gould were playing, didn't you, Bob? They've got a free weekend, so
yeah. Thank goodness. I don't want to go through another Saturday like we did with the other Saturday. No,
Yeah.
but one's enough in any season.
yeah. Well, I'm sure Gould will pull it round. I'm sure they'll pull it round. They've got to. They've got to. So, any other? Are you picked any games out then, gentlemen?
Well, it's the FA Vars, isn't it, this weekend?
It is, yeah. So we've got Hallam. Is it Hallam away at Wombwell?
Yeah, that should be a cracker, shouldn't it?
That'll be
Yeah.
a great game.
And who's the other games?
South Liverpool at home to Albion Sports. And is it West Disbury and Charlton versus Silsden?
Oh, West Disbury and Charlton. Yeah, they usually get a good crowd at West Disbury. Pardon, Adam?
It'll be a good test for Silsden, that.
It will be, won't it? Yeah, definitely. They're having a good. So that's the cup games. Hopefully they'll go ahead. Any league games take your fancy, guys?
Well,
I think we've got probably the tie of the day because it's Wakefield away at Durnan District, who are up in second. So I think that's the toughest game we've probably had for a while. So that'll be very interesting. I'm still 50-50 at this stage, and obviously it depends if it's on as well, depending on the weather.
Yeah.
Another big time because Horbury are playing Selby as well, and Selby can be hot and cold.
Definitely.
So it depends which Selby turns up for that one.
Yeah, definitely.
So that could be a good match as well.
And I'm thought on to Yorkshire Amateurs. We'll see if Yorkshire Amateurs can continue their sequence of keep the form going.
Yeah, because Amthorpe lost to the other team at the bottom, didn't they? Appleby Frodingham.
Yeah, they did Appleby Frodingham. Yeah.
Yeah, so they lost. So it's all to play for, isn't it? I know Barton have got a game against is it
Handsworth?
Handsworth. Why am I saying I've got Thackley on the brain? Handsworth, yes. So that'll be again. It depends what Handsworth turn up. Barton, we've had a few injuries. I'm not making excuses up. They've had a few injuries, so there was a little bit thin on the ground on Tuesday, putting players in different positions. They gave it a good go. They tried the hardest, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see, one, if the game's on, and two, what players are available. So I'm full of excuses.
Bradford derby as well, Eccleshill versus Campion.
Oh, tasty one.
I like a local derby. Local derbies always have a bit extra edge, don't they?
They do, yeah. Yes, apparently the one with Barton and Beverley, there was a bit of an altercation in the warm-up. Never mind when the game started.
Wow.
I think there was a little bit of not fisticuffs, but daftness going on. So, but then it all calmed down and it was fine. Not that I went. I'm only getting told it's second hand. So, but that all looks good for next for the Saturday game. Let's hope the games go on, and if we can get in league positions, let's quickly go over. So we'll start with Division 1.
Do we have to?
Unfortunately, Bob, yeah, I'll go over it quick for you.
Thank you.
So we've got at the top, we've got Horbury, 56 points, 22 games. Durham District, same games, 45 points. Brigg, 21 games, 39 points. Wombwell, 19 games, 39 points. And Wakefield coming up slowly, like a ninja warrior, 19 games, 37 points. So that's looking good for Wakey. That's most of the teams I would have thought would have been up there. Si, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the ones that we said when we had the first episode of this season, Brig were the ones probably and ourselves were lurking outside that have got up there now.
Yeah.
But even if you look at the table though, between Selby in 10th and Brig in 4th, there's only 6 points. So there's still 5 or 6 teams below that might want to try and put a run on before end of season to get in there.
Oh, there'll be definitely, won't there? So if we look at the bottom, Appleby Frodingham are now bottom. 20 games, 10 points. Yorkshire Amateur have moved up 13 points, 21 games. And they're closing on Swallownest, 21 games, 19 points. Nostell on the same points, but a game less. And Louth are struggling a bit, 21 games and 20 points. So it's not all over for Yorkshire Amateur, is it?
No. Just quick on Swallownest. School's got a friendly on this coming Tuesday. We're playing Swallownest at home in a friendly.
Oh, are there? Well, that'll be good. Are you going?
I'm volunteering, yes, I'll be there.
You're selling raffle tickets?
Yeah, I'll be selling raffle tickets, yeah.
I think I'm at work, Bob, otherwise I'd have come. So if we look
I'll buy some off your week on Saturday.
You're on a week. Oh, excellent.
Yeah, I'm there to go versus Rosso, so...
Yeah, we'll be doing the big build-up next week on the podcast.
Yeah, and I hope you look after Adam well, like you do everybody else, Bob.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah,
you look after people there. Right, let's have a look at the Premiership. Silsden, top of the pile, 20 games, 48 points. Golka, very, very close behind, 20 games, 46 points. Little bit of a gap to Beverley, 39 points in 21 games. Peddiston, 22 games, 35 points. Thackley, 20 games, 35 points. Albion on 18 games, you see, they've played a lot less, 34 points. And Hallam, 21 games and 32 points. They're the top of the pile. And I'll go through it ever so quick, Bob. Gould, 22 games and 9 points. Winton, 19 games and 15 points. Knaresborough, 19 games and 17 points. And Bottisford, not quite got away yet, 18 games and 21 points. So... still all to play for at the bottom, isn't it? He says.
I couldn't possibly comment. Well, I could.
Well,
I might get the red card.
You might do. Well, you might not be allowed in. You might have to come and help us at Barton. but things can change. The seasons are long. It's got a lot more twists to it after Christmas.
We've got 3 home games coming up in next week and then following Saturdays, and we need to win them. It's simple as that, really. We need to get putting points in there, otherwise it's not good, is it? It's not.
Otherwise you'll be visiting a lot of new grounds next season.
We will. Definitely.
And then you'll be with your new ground as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So any other little tidbits we've got?
Just Club Thorn. Did you see? They got that the arson attack. I've seen they started the donation page. And so they can play at home, I read it on somewhere on the Facebook. Council have given 3 porta cabins so they can play at home, so that's good. But they're trying to raise £10,000. I think they've got about £2,000 at the moment. But so that's I just saw that. So that's good for Club Thorn that people are rallying round to make donations for them,
That's that's it for this edition. If you've got any news for the podcast or you'd like to appear on the podcast, please email ncelpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.